Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Monday morning with Business Coach Moloy. And what a week has been the past 1 week. On last Monday, we had said that we are doing seminars in Kolkata and Guwahati. We did that. And thank you, entrepreneurs in Kolkata and Guwahati, especially Guwahati, because this was our first event that we did in Guwahati. Thank you, business owners. Thank you, entrepreneurs. Thank you for trusting us. And over the weekend, we participated in the Bengal Business Council meet for entrepreneurs and had a fantastic and fabulous experience interacting with all of them. But what I would like to start off today with, even before I get into the day 10 of our business mantra, and this is what I mentioned in both the seminars. The concept of bed, blames, excuses, denials. There were uncontrollable factors that came our way when we were organizing the seminar, so in Kolkata and Guwahati. And we could have lived in bed, blaming somebody else or giving excuses or living in a state of denials. But hats off to my team that they said, sir, if somebody has backed out, we will still go ahead with it. And the kind of effort that was put in from Tuesday to right on to Saturday enabled us to achieve what we achieved over the weekend. So my heartfelt gratitude to not only the entrepreneurs in Guwahati and Kolkata, but also to my team who stood by me and made this happen. Let's move with our series. And today we are on day 10, episode 10 of our series, Business Mantra for Entrepreneurs. And during this journey, we are in the step-by-step methodology on how to build a profitable commercial business that will finally work without you. We have done 5 steps. Step 1, the entrepreneur business plan. Step 2, creating the value proposition on your product or service. Step 3, why do entrepreneurs need to define their target market? Step 4, the need for a robust marketing strategy. Step 5, hiring and managing the right people, which we did part 1 last week, which focused on the hiring and the hiring mistakes the entrepreneurs typically make. If you have missed any of these episodes, please let us know and we will help you. While these are available on YouTube, these are still up there on Facebook. These have been uploaded on our website, but in case you're having a challenge, please let us know and we shall send out to you. Today's step 6, hiring and managing the right people, part B. And last time I mentioned that one of the most critical aspects of growing business is employing the right people. Get it right and your business growth trajectory is likely to continue or accelerate. And while I see a lot of excitement in focusing on the sales side, entrepreneurs need to step back and ask themselves that, do I have the foundation, the back end, to support me with the sales side once my sales are accelerating? This can be costly, stressful, time-consuming, of managing the consequences of a wrong hire. And entrepreneurs are happy to invest huge amounts of time and energy in making their business move from concept to reality. And are normally happy to forego a market share salary in the pursuit of their success. But it is not quite so straightforward when you start having to manage others. So now that you have hired the right people, it's time to focus on the people resource life cycle. People management also has a life cycle in your business. At some point, you identify that you need a person, which is really where the life cycle begins. You need to find that resource that goes on to fit your needs. You have to bring that person on board. You have to manage that person. And at some point, that person is also going to leave your business. Maybe in 2 years, maybe in 20 years down the line. But you should assume that they won't work for you at some point in the future. So when you think about life cycles and people, that's what the life cycle looks like. And having an understanding of life cycle is going to help you think through, start to finish, what your business needs to manage people. And one of the common models that is used, and I use this 4 distinct phases: hire, rewire, inspire, and retire. These are the 4 phases typically of any business owner hiring people and managing them through their life cycle. The first phase, the hiring starts when you identify that you need a person in your business, and ends up when you have someone to start working for you. There are steps in between that cover the identifying of the type of resource you want to hire and what the resource will do, which we have covered in the in our first session, in our part A. So that hiring part is the first step. But the next phase is the rewiring. Now that you have a person on board, you have got to think of all the things you need to teach your new resource. They don't know your company culture. They don't know how you work day on day. They don't know other people that they have to interact on their business work. They might be learning things about your industry or the specifics about how you differentiate within your industry. And I've heard a lot of business owners say that this gentleman comes from the industry, so he should start working from day one. It does not happen, ladies and gentlemen. He or she may come from the same industry, but your culture is different, your methodologies are different, your TGs are different, your value propositions are different, the way you deliver is different. So this person needs to be inducted. And when you're doing this phase of rewire, focus on 4 areas of induction. First, train the employee. Second, show him how it needs to be done. Third, see him do it. And fourth, then let him free and let him work alone. There's a lot of information that a new employee is going to need to know, and you will need to be able to educate them on all of it. Don't expect that, or don't assume that the employee knows it all from day one. Spend time with that individual. The next phase is the inspire. Inspire has 2 halves. First, you need to inspire the people that are working for you directly. You need to make sure they're motivated, that they come in each day and do the work that they're responsible for. You need to make sure that they're satisfied in the job that they have. You also need to make sure that they know on what elements of the business you'll be monitoring them on. End of the day, it is your business, and your business has your targets and your timelines. So please remember that you cannot depend on your employee wholly to deliver your business. You keep on inspiring them to reach that stage, but the most that they will reach is probably 90%. And also remember something that a famous gentleman has said, that 20% of your people work, 80% of your people come to work. You cannot change this uncontrollable. You need to live with it. If you believe 100% of your people will take ownership, they will not, because global statistics are saying something else. The second half of Inspire is to slightly larger organizations, and probably you're already one of them, or you could move into one of them very quickly, because now you have started building hierarchies. So if you have got managers that you're managing, or managers within your business, you must do additional work to keep those managers inspired and give them the tools so that they can inspire the people that they're responsible for managing. The way you do it is different from how you manage the individual contributors and keep them motivated and inspired to do work. So these are the 2 halves. One is inspiring individuals directly. Second is inspiring the managers who are going to manage people under them whom you may not be directly interacting with them on a day-to-day basis. The last category is retire. This is a very broad category. This could be someone who's quit your business, but not actual retirement. It could include voluntary departures. It could mean contractual people who have come and gone. It could include a situation when you have to remove a poor performing resource that is unable to make the corrections. You need to have systems in place to help you manage all those departures, no matter what that actual reason is. People will go. Sometimes you have to tell people to go. Sometimes people will go on their own. Sometimes people may just die. Yeah, I've seen organizations where the top performing resource has just left the planet. So please look at succession. And here in this era of silent resignations and a glut of jobs out there, and people willing to move on without any loyalty, Think about your human resource as a set of customers for you whom you need to build a constant funneling. So these are the 4 stages of the management of the employee life cycle, and you need, as an employee, as a business owner, to be investing significant amount of time in managing people, in leading them. 5 common mistakes that every entrepreneur makes while managing of people. 1 is creating an imbalanced culture. When you start, you might be tempted to create that ultimate stress-free work culture. You might create an office with no set hours or unlimited vacation days or or so on and so forth. But over time, you'll quickly realize that people may start taking you for granted. And we have had experiences where people have taken advantage of this. So get a balanced work culture. Get some discipline in the system from day one, and also get into employee engagements. Excuse me. Get into employee engagements, have some fun activities going, but create that balanced work culture. Second mistake that people make, hiring too quickly. A large multinational business with 1 lakh employees can afford to make a handful of bad hiring. But a startup with an initial team of 5 can't afford that same luxury. As a new entrepreneur or as an established entrepreneur with small teams, with lean teams, you are understandably and appropriately excited to get things moving as fast as possible, but you can't rush into those initial hiring decisions. Your first round team members will be the ones carrying you through the early stages of your business development, and their skills, their motivations, their personalities will ultimately determine whether your course succeeds or it fails. Take your time, vet your candidate carefully, and only make a decision when you have spent serious time considering other options. Third, failing to give feedback. And I've seen so many entrepreneurs fail to give feedback to their workers, but the reasons may vary. Some are just uncomfortable with the idea of giving criticism. Some are uncomfortable in speaking to people, and some assume that their entrepreneurs know. Some don't know how to give the feedback effectively. Others just want their employees to handle everything independently. And none of these reasons are good enough. Feedback is what keeps your employees going and what keeps them pointed in the right direction. Don't wait for that month end or quarter end or the year end to give a feedback. Feedback will help you to reinforce the positive work habits and gradually eliminate the bad work habits. Please don't assume that your employee is the perfect. The employee understands you perfectly. Please don't assume that everything is hunky-dory behind your back. Without feedback, your problems will escalate, your employees will go off course, morale will drop, gossiping will start, bad culture will set in. So please spend time in your calendar giving feedback to every single individual. Sit with them once a week, once a fortnight, and have that candid conversation. Fourth, neglecting the individual. And it's so easy to think of your staff as a staff or as your team as a team, because they are. You hired each one of them and you expect them to work together under the identity of your brand. But each of these people you hired is an individual and is wholly unique from the other individuals you hired. Each one has a unique strength and weakness and a style of work. Give your employees individual attention and transform the strategies to serve them. And finally, fifth, not letting people do what they do best. Hopefully, you have hired the best team members. You trust them to carry out the work. They know that they will do the best. If you're going to be successful, you need to learn to let these people do their own work in their own way and not distract them from their tasks. Yes, you are the task manager. Yes, it is your business, but you have to give them the freedom. It is your job to set the direction and assign the task. But for the most part, you need to trust your team to handle their responsibilities and focus on the big picture. This, along with the feedback mechanism, will help you start building teams. These mistakes that I've highlighted are painfully common, but that doesn't mean they're unavoidable. It's impossible to predict how every person will act in every situation. It's impossible to predict how your employee will act in a particular situation, but you can prepare yourself and your business for the inevitable human resource challenge that will arise. Learn from the mistake of others, but don't underestimate the responsibility you have as the de facto human resource manager in your business. That is going to be our biggest challenge, and that is going to be a biggest transformation as you move from a solopreneur to entrepreneur, that you not only have to manage yourself and your business and your cash flows and your clients, you have to put on the hat as the human resource manager. We at Beyond Red Ocean Consulting are there to help you make this entrepreneurial journey a success. So reach out to us any point in time about the one-to-one coaching or the mentoring programs and get everything you need to know to succeed in your business. I am there personally along with my other coaches in Bombay and Kolkata and shortly in Guwahati to help you achieve it step by step. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying back with us. Keep writing to us and we shall respond to all our queries. Till next Monday, same place. No, not same place. I'm back in Bombay next time. So, but same time, but with a new set of our episode, the new episode, day 11 on the business mantras for entrepreneurs. Have a great week ahead, and I shall see you next Monday. God bless.